So as always, we like to start with the basics. So could you explain to our listeners what is consignment and how does it work?
Yeah, sure. So a consignment essentially it's been gaining popularity recently. It's like basically a way to sell your products essentially. So it's an agreement between two parties. There's a consignor and the consignee. And the way it works is the consignee agrees to sell the products that the consignor supplies to them on their behalf. But the ownership of those items actually stays with the consignor. So it's not like a traditional relationship between like a supplier and a retailer where you buy a bunch of things and then you sell them for a markup. You actually don't have to purchase the things up front. You just take them into your possession, but you don't actually have ownership of them. And then you sell them. And at the end, when you sell them, you actually give the percentage of the profit back to the consignor. Right.
What are some examples of popular items that people would sell on consignment?
So I think when people hear consignment, often their minds go like to, secondhand clothing or secondhand items. I think those are the most popular things that are
Like
sold
children's
on
clothes?
consignment. Yeah, children's.
Wedding
Exactly. Yeah, things
stuff
that people tend to use.
once or
yeah.
like they outgrow.
Yeah, exactly. Weddings, I think most people use them once.
Hopefully only one wedding.
Yeah, I think you should probably get rid of your wedding stuff just in case, just to be safe. You shouldn't be holding on to that stuff. But there's also actually like a new and niche products. It's a great way to kind of test out. So those are becoming a lot more popular to sell on consignment.
Okay. How about for like art galleries? Is that?
Yeah, actually, that's a great point. Most art galleries actually sell their products on consignment, right? So they'll approach, an artist, or sometimes an artist will approach them with some pieces and say, hey, are you interested in putting these in your gallery? And they'll put them up on the wall or, on a pedestal, and depending on what type of art it is. And then they'll sell those products for the artist. And if they don't sell them, they just give them back to the artist at the end.
That's a great way to like display their work.
Exactly, yeah. So, you don't have to worry about, all the overhead of having a gallery of your own, right?
So what percentage do consignment shops usually take?
So it does vary depending on, a lot of things, mostly your reputation as a brand, right? So if you have a really great brand reputation, chances are that you're going to get a higher percentage, but it usually ranges anywhere between like 20 to 60% of the final sale. So, the way it works is the consignee would sell your product. They would give you whatever that price would be. So between 20 to 60 generally. And then they would also give you back any products that they didn't sell. They would just give it back to you, and so no harm, no foul essentially.
Yeah. That's a big range of percentage.
Yeah, it varies wildly. I'm sure it can even go below and above depending
it
on the
depends
person.
on,
Right, exactly.